Capricorn, it's so good to have you back. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Michelle, and Capricorn, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is a message for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. It's an energy reading, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. This is your message. It comes to you when you can welcome in the message, so you call it into you. That being said, there is a new message every single week, Capricorn, so please remember to subscribe to the channel and then ring that notification bell and select all notifications so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Capricorn, if you are feeling like you have a specific issue that needs a deep dive, I do personal readings as well. Go check out my website and you can book and schedule everything right there. Zoom out. I mean, first and foremost, that's exactly what this reading, this we're starting out at. That's what it means. Zoom out, because you need that perspective. And then we'll take another card. Okay. All right. Okay. If there have been some issues with regards to being able to make it work with intimate partnership or somebody that's close to you or even a business partnership, zoom out. We're going to get into it, whatever that means. Ooh, okay. Something coming out in the past. So over here I do past, present, and future. We'll always get to the future. The past only comes out if it is directly in relation to what's going on now, so that it can offer clarity. Okay. Let Spirit be your guide. Now, this is beautiful energy because God is always with you, first and foremost. Sometimes we get disconnected because of pride, but God is always with you. This is a sense of, think of hawk. Hawk is great spirits, almost eyes, or a messenger to us. So there is this energy of lift yourself above the situation, which is difficult because, especially if it's emotional for you, it's hard to be objective, but objectivity is going to offer clarity for you. Let Spirit be your guide is saying you may not be able to see your way through this if you try to think too hard. So it could just be a sense of let God guide you. Where is your faith taking you? Either that or it's describing a conclusion that you've already come to, which is I'm going to have faith in this situation even though it's not clear right now. And then we have time to collaborate, which is why I was asking, is this about a partnership? Have you been having issues with a partnership? Or, I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be your spouse. That could be totally happy, but it could be like work or something. It's saying zoom out. It's saying we just got to proceed in faith right now because something that's going on with our partnership, it's almost like we got to ride the faith train right now. Okay, so let me get more details. We have this and that are true. So seeing things from another person's perspective and trying to keep things light in order to do that, to be able to sort of like flip and roll through those waves and just roll one after the other. This and that are true, really seeing things from another person's point of view. This gave me pause, and you can already see it. Sweet Results Await is one of my favorite cards, but this is in reverse. So this usually speaks of, you could think of the Sun card in reverse, egotism, a sense of somebody's egotism or somebody's ego or somebody not feeling good enough and then maybe being egotistical or arrogant to sort of make up for that. Trying to make it work or trying to see things from a different person's perspective or still not clear. We're going to keep going. Lay a solid foundation is what we have moving toward the future. Lay a solid foundation is Virgo energy. You're doing work. And you're doing work based on the fact that you decided to have faith in the situation. So this is really like an investment that you are making valuable. And I have to help you understand that it's your decision that this is valuable. that is actually making it valuable and making it possible. That's the power of cardinal signs. It's like we always see, and we don't have a lot in common, but the one thing we have in common is we usually always feel, even Libras who are rule partnership, that we're alone. And it's because we're always out in front. And that's what it is. And it's like, yeah, the world doesn't help us as much. And I don't mean that as a pity party. It's that the world doesn't help Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, oh my God, who did I leave out? Aries. Doesn't help us that much. Even though we need help, we're still people. Because there's a natural initiative to us that we don't have the same fears as everybody else. We're hardwired to begin something, to do what other people are most afraid to do, which is start. You know, and this is what we are. We're the starters. So whatever that is in whatever part of your life. So I'm just trying to help you understand that you've made a decision. And we are exceptional manifestors. Cardinal signs are exceptional manifestors. So there's just this sense of you got to follow this through. Trust yourself and trust your own faith. And I know it's like it gets hard sometimes and it's easy to get weak because it's like, why am I out here all by myself? Because God knows you're capable and God's actually relying on you to direct the flow. Cardinal signs direct the flow. So ultimately, you are directing this flow. And it is your day-to-day continued faith in this situation to work on this with somebody that is going to make it real. So there is your sort of positive message. I believe all these messages are positive because they give you truthful insights into the situation. And even if that shit is difficult, it gives you options, right? But this is what people would consider positive, in that I can confidently say to you, Capricorn, what you're doing is working. Even if you're struggling, what you're doing is working, and it will continue to work with continued practice. So we have let spirit be your guide. Continue. You're following in faith. Only God. I think when you're out front, there's no other person that you can hold on to. This is what's hard with being the cardinal sign. There's no other person that you can cling to, right? You're out front. The only one you've got is God, because God's the only one that's seen further than the person creating in the 3D, and that would be you. So ultimately, what you've got to do is just keep having faith in this situation. Why is this shown to me? Because you kind of knew what you were getting into. At some level, you kind of knew what you were getting into. Or if this was you and this was your egotism, right? Or lack of self-confidence, or maybe you didn't, maybe maybe arrogance made you think that you could work this out. And you didn't really know the full spectrum of what the hell you were going to have to do. But you can still do it. You can still do it. And I know that because we have this card that's saying, guess what? Pedantic, day-to-day commitment. You don't have to do it all at once. And I think that that's what God wants you to realize right now, Capricorn, is that you're not being asked to do it all at once. You're not God. You can't go and make something manifest. You're human. So you've got to do this step by step. And so you can relieve some of the stress on yourself by taking those little wins, those little, like a pebbles in a stream, or like a stepping stone. Don't see it as it all has to get done all at once. Don't carry that full burden on. Pick each little bits up each day and keep track of your progress, because you have made progress here. You have made progress here. That's easy. That's clear to see. It's just that it might not be clear to see for you, especially with this relationship. God is once again encouraging you very clearly through these cards. There are at least 50 cards in each of these decks. Oracle decks. Tarot decks, there are always 78. The fact that this card is what came out, hold your vision. You are being asked to continue because God knows your work is actually creating momentum and actually making things that are good and that are right. It's sometimes hard for you to see clearly, but God can see clearly. And that's why faith is really the moments in our lives when we use God's eyes. And clearly God doesn't have eyes like we have eyes, right? So that's what faith is. Faith is not hope. Okay? Faith is when we use God's eyes and say, I can't see myself through this, so I'm going to move forward because I know you can. And I feel a pull. You'll always feel a pull. You won't be able to actually see something, but you'll feel a pull. And it comes from that chest area. That's your heart. That's where God speaks to you from. And it's not in any human language. It is just faith. That's what it is. So hold your vision. You're being supported. A fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. So there can be outbursts at this point in the game. There can be outbursts, especially watch this full moon. It could be tough for you. It's not a full moon in Aries. Or it's I don't think it's predicting out to a full, no. I don't think it's predicting out that far. Full moon in Aries wouldn't be until Libra season. No. It's just saying that there's a lot of emotion here now, and there's a lot of anger, and there's a lot of frustration, and there may be confrontation that happens. Let's get the advice on fiery climax approaches. What do you mean? What do we do when the fiery climax approaches? What is climax means? There's an ending. What are you telling us? There's defensiveness here, and oh no, this is not too far into the future, something ending, something being hurt, something being attacked, something very harsh that is coming up. So I think right now what God is telling you is defend yourself, or know that you may have to. Or realize that if you don't defend yourself, this pain is going to get even worse. Now, that's not a message that I would choose to deliver, but I don't deliver the cards. I got to read them. So if you don't like that message, I would say be glad for this message, because the only reason why cards come out in the future is because God's telling you you have a way to change this. So this, I mean, I'm just going to straight up tell you, this could be attack, usually with words because it's swords, but it could also be physical, and it would be brutal if it was. It could be just harsh words being flung at you. It could be a character attack, somebody trying to attack your character. It could be, it legitimately is saying defend yourself because these attacks will keep coming if you don't. And there is work that you have to do. We have King of Pentacles here. This is you. I don't think it's you attacking, or that's what it's saying. It's like, if you don't do what you need to do to start relieving the stress and relieving the pressure from yourself, you might be pushed to the extent where you will defend yourself violently. Either that, or somebody is feeling like they have to defend themselves violently. But you're being warned, and that's a very important warning. So this is King of Pentacles. What do they do about it? What are they supposed to do? Because we have hold your vision, and then we have attack. Yeah, this is really weird. That's not clear to me. First, three of wands. There is something coming that's going to take tremendous strength. There is maybe, it's almost like in some ways you kind of already know it's coming. You've tried to make changes. You've tried to make adjustments. You've tried to work with somebody. You've put a lot of energy and effort into it, but this tower is coming. And it's got to do with this violent or painful event Can we get more specific here? Because you're telling them some heavy shit. So we need specific. What is this? First of all, what is this Tower? The Tower is happening this week. So it's something that you've wanted since you were a kid, or something that you've dreamed of since you were a child, right? Maybe that's why you're hanging on so much. Maybe that's why you're trying to be strong when you look out and think, you know, my ships are eventually going to come in. I'm going to be getting everything that I want. So, yeah, but what is this Tower? What is this Tower? What is this? This has to do with a new marriage, or a new agreement, or a new routine, right? A new set of traditions. Maybe there's a new Taurus in your life, or, you know, if it's not an attack or something violent, it's just saying that there's like no pain, no gain. And that you have to hold your vision, but ultimately it is going to take little pieces of you along your way. But why would God want, like, you never know why you get assigned these things. Hold on. What is this Ace of Swords? What is that, please? What is that Ace of Swords, please? What is it? Three of Wands is here. If somebody is doing something that is going to hurt them, that's what it's saying, because we have Three of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and Three of Wands. That's what the cards are starting trying to say. They're trying to say that somebody, little by little, or you can see that somebody little by little is doing something to themselves, or you're doing something to yourself that is going to continue to build. If they continue to do it, they are investing in something that is going to eventually hurt them. That could be with health, because we have Virgo on the table. That's what it is, or that's what your mind is on. We have Four of Cups. So this is, you've been contemplating it or thinking about it a lot, or you're feeling it. So it's almost like you kind of like, I can see this coming. I know this is coming. And the confirmation is there. I don't know if this is an attack or a heart attack. But if you're correct, if things keep going the way that they're going, they're not ending up well. I'm just letting you know that now, because it's something that's been developing over time. And that's what I'm saying. Slow. At first, I thought this was really happy, like slow and steady contribution will make this work out. Well, it will. But what it makes it work out is something that's terrible. So that to me, immediately, I'm thinking, if you don't change your diet, you know, if you don't go to a doctor and find out what's wrong, if you don't, like, in other words, this might be the most important reading you've had your entire life, because what God is telling you here through this message is, you know what's up, and you have the ability to change it. If you don't, it ends up exactly the way you've been told it will, or the way that you think it will, which is not something that you're gonna want to deal with. And ultimately, it seems like somebody is fighting you tooth and nail on this, but you're just legitimately trying to save their life. And if they listen to you, you could. Because it's almost like these kind of things don't come out unless you can make changes. If you couldn't make changes, they wouldn't even come up in your reading. Just to let you know, from a reader's perspective, the woman who taught me, she had written a newsletter, and she was like, somebody had gotten mad that the cards hadn't predicted, you know, the loss of a loved one. And she's like, you don't understand. That's how the cards work. They're not going to, if it's fated and there's nothing you can do about it, they're not going to tell you shit, because why worry you? There's nothing you can do. What comes out in readings is this can still be changed. This can still be changed, or it wouldn't have come out. And so what to do then? What's the change? Why hold the vision? What's the change? What's the change? Or it's just saying that there's something that's building inside of you, and it's about to erupt out explosively, because you're trying to make it not what you know it is. And so then in that case, Capricorn, the change would have to be acceptance, because that's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. We have 7 of Swords here. So there is something that is like stealing your time away or undermining you here. I had asked the question, what should Capricorn do? And it's almost like be deceitful. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know. I don't think that that's a great recommendation, but it's almost like sneak your things out at night, or like don't tell somebody what you're doing. I don't like that. What's going on? Rug pulled out from underneath you. It's almost like you have to take steps to sneak behind somebody's back in order to stand on your own 2 feet. Or somebody's accusing you of stealing money and taking it for yourself. And there's some sort of explosive argument that's going to be happening about it. Queen of Wands is facing these accusations with confidence, or somebody's accusing somebody here of being a gold digger, underhanded, undermined, and holy crap. What the hell is Capricorn supposed to do? Well, if it's you, let me say this to you. If it's you that it's happening to, take action now, because that shit's just been confirmed. Queen of Wands. This could be the person that's doing it to you. If you know anybody who's kind of a diva, kind of likes a lot of attention, or they're an actual feminine fire sign that considers themselves a queen, watch this person, because there's a backstabbing that is absolutely coming. If you suspect that, you are absolutely correct. Let's go to the extended. I will see you guys there.